Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Around the Table GTA. This is going to be the final episode of season 3, and it is summertime. I was talking with my sound engineer, and everyone knows when I do have a new intro, we hear the whole intro, and then after, there's bits and pieces of the intro throughout the season. Either way, we are going to be having a new season after this, so stay tuned. There might be a slight break just for some brainstorming, but at the end of the day, hopefully, you guys enjoyed this season as much as I did. So far, it's my best season. I'm always expecting the next season to be the best season, but every season has its gems. You see the come up, and yeah, thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Five Views Gang, the people who started with the 5 views. But we'll get more views eventually. We'll get more people listening in, and more people starting to think in a different way. And it's not to control how people think, but it's to let people know that they can think in different ways, and how you think, how your mindset goes off is a way that changes the world in small steps, or it can be big. Depends how influential you are, right? But there is a ladder to climb before you get to that point. Anyways, yes, I started talking a bunch, but what is the final episode of season 3 going to be about? It's going to be about excuses. Even this whole episode, I've been stewing around it for about a week, almost a week and a half. I didn't know how to start it. I had so many ideas. They came, they went. I had an argument with my sound engineer, even with the music, because I wanted this to be a spectacular finale. But the thing is, not everything has to be spectacular. Not everything has to go your way. And I've talked about this concept so many times, but it's very interesting how the human mind works, especially when you're in your imagination and you imagine things to be a certain way, or you remember a story a certain way, and everything is completely different in your eyes compared to their eyes, right? Recently, and when I say recently, I mean in the last 24 hours, I saw something blaming me about something that happened so long ago. And it's just like, you don't expect certain things. Sometimes you stumble onto things and you're just like, oh, wow. And yeah, it kind of made me feel a way. It made me want to be like extra petty about certain things, but I'm not gonna completely talk about the issue. For those people who know, they know. But at the same time, this ties into excuses. Sometimes people will use you as an excuse for whatever's happening in their life, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, right? Excuses have different levels. Sometimes an excuse could be something that motivates you to do well or to be better. For example, if you came from a broken home and it drove you to be a go-getter or whatever, but maybe you have a sibling who's not being a go-getter because of the same reason. We all have excuses that we tend to fall on. Recently on IG, no one uses IG notes on who I follow. Only like 2 people. Shout out to Dalton. His is get it done. Every day he posts get it done. And me seeing that all the time, it takes away a lot of my excuses, because it can be him talking to me indirectly or talking to everybody indirectly. Recently we were talking about just different things, and I was sending some motivational stuff, or just some stuff that I thought was a little bit deep, and we were both vibing on that because it just made sense. And a lot of people aren't at the same level as you are. Sometimes they're higher, sometimes they're lower, but some people just don't get it. And it's good to be around people that get it, because with people that get it, they understand that excuses can be minimal, right? You don't have an excuse to be anywhere if you don't want to be there. We're in a time where you could build, you could resource. Even if you're homeless, there's so many different things that you could go after to make sure that you are good, even someone who has like an eating disorder. There's so much information for you to figure that out. Someone who is just dealing with anything that you're dealing with, anything that you're planning, anything that you want to go towards, there is someone already making a path to get to where you want to get to. Every day you should be waking up thinking about, how am I going to get it done? How am I going to get where I want to be? What's stopping me, and what excuses can I get rid of today to make sure my dream, my reality, my goals are going to get set? This is not supposed to be like a super preachy episode, but you have one season in your life that is good for you. And what I mean by one season, there's 4 seasons in a year, right? So obviously one of those seasons has to be your favorite season. So you could capitalize on everything during your season. That's what I mean by one season. During your season, you should already have everything planned out, what you want to do, how you're going to tackle it. For me, what I actually do is I do the opposite to an extent, where the stuff that I like, the season that's the worst for me, I try to plan things out, because I know that that's the season that I'm the least active, or I'm in my feelings, or I'm in my head, or I know that it's going to be a struggle, and I need to plan out so that I could keep a certain momentum when I want to get the things that I want to get done. In one of the older episodes from this season, I talked about how I met a lot of long-term goals in the last year, and that's great. But because I had so many long-term goals and I got rid of so many short-term goals in such a low amount of time, I didn't really think too far about, okay, so what am I going to do after that? And my excuse was, I look at all this shit that I did. Look at all this. Look how great I am. Look how successful I am. Look how many goals I overcame, right? That's not the end. Reaching your goal is not the end. You need to move on from that goal. Unless like your goal was to be rich and famous and you became rich and famous. Okay, you're rich and famous. Stay there. Stay famous. Stay rich. You need to sustain whatever goals that you achieve. Whatever mindset that you achieve, that you want to keep, or whatever, you need to feed into that. Whether it's prioritizing certain things in your life, investing in a business, or creating a business that's working out for you, being around people that you love or don't love that push you towards a better version of yourself, right? It's already halfway through the year. I can't believe like July's around the corner. I think like 2 episodes ago, I was just talking about, oh yeah, summer's around the corner and everything. And, it's always that time. I'm not going to say it. Those people who already know what the end of those lines are, I'm not going to say it, because I'm going to revel in summer. I'm going to cut out the excuses, and I'm going to do what I need to do. The plans for this summer is just to have fun. Similar to last summer. Like last summer, I had a lot of fun. I know this summer it could probably be just as fun, but at the end of the day, we need to find out how excuses are stopping us and what we could do about that, just life. I saw this one meme recently, and it was like, sometimes you're just sitting there and then you realize, damn, this is real life, right? And it is what it is. It is real life, right? And you only have one life to live. You could watch the videos and see people doing this and that. That's their real life, You need to make your real life the life that you want to be living. Whether it's 2, 3, 5, 10 years of struggling to get to where you want, because if you don't try to get to where you want, someone else is going to get you where they want, right? When you work at a job that's a giant corporation, if you're not willing to go with the company wherever, they're going to drop you. You got to look at your dreams like that, where how much time, how much energy, how much focus are you putting on your dreams? And what's your excuse not to work on it? You have no excuse. You could work 2, 3 jobs to make sure that you afford a house, right? Maybe that's your dream. But if that's not your dream, why can't you put that much energy into what you really want? It doesn't make sense, right? But a majority of us do it. We are programmed for comfort to an extent, but we are also uh, people of routine, animals of routine. We want to have a routine. Have a routine that puts you in the mindset of, hey, I need to get better. Hey, this is where I want to go. Hey, this is not working for me. Hey, this is working for me. You know what? My goals are going to happen, right? Sometimes it takes a tragedy to realize what you really want, right? You could use examples of modern dating, or even like the divorce rate, or a passing of a friend, right? Sometimes something dark brings the light in you of where, wow, I could be doing so much better, or I want to be doing so much better. And it's not a judgmental thing. It's not saying that the life that you're living right now isn't worth it. That's not what I'm saying. You have to start somewhere, and maybe you're happy with your life. If you're happy with your life, I'm happy for you. I pray that you could sustain the life that you're living, and I hope you share some tips so other people could be as happy as you, right? At the end of the day, I think a lot of people in general want to be happy, and they want the people around them to be happy as well. And the sad thing is that could be a very big ask, right? Some people will have your mindset. They won't have your mindset until you're in a position where people cannot say no, right? Or it doesn't make sense to say no because you already made the formula. You've gotten to where you wanted to get to. You've shown someone else how to get to where you got to. You built up another person to get to that same point. And you are a role model, or you are that person that was able to do it, right? You know, there's people like David Goggins who's done so many great things, and it all started in the mind, right? Even if you want to go into the Bible, it talks about warfare, and it doesn't start here. It starts in the spirit, right? And it's the same thing as an idea. An idea starts in your head, and it's up to you to make it a reality. So ultimately, the thing is, what's your excuse, and are you going to have the same excuse tomorrow? That's it. Every day is that question. It could be that question, or it could be a phrase like "get it done," or it could be like, $5 more, right? Because you're saving up for something. It could be 2 more pounds because you're trying to lose weight. Either way, guys, hope you guys like this episode. Take care, and see you in season 4.